Hello, my name is Shane with AllMax Software, and I'm here with your quick tech tip of the week: how to set up email inside Antero. Would you like a way to distribute work orders in Antero without having to use so much paper and ink? Do you have employees who can access email on their mobile devices? Well, the great news is in the latest version of Antero, you can email your employees work orders, and if they have access to their email accounts on a mobile device, they can open and view work orders on the go. The first thing you're going to need to do inside the program is set up your SMTP email account. And we're going to do that by navigating to the File tab in the Application ribbon. We're going to want to go ahead and select the Open Database option here, and we're going to highlight our database. So this is the database that you're using inside Antero. And we'll go ahead and navigate to the Application ribbon at the top and go to the very last icon, which is our database properties. Once you've selected that icon, you'll see you have several tabs here inside Database Properties. We're going to go to our last tab, which is our Email Setup tab. Inside this tab, it's going to ask for some important information. You may need the assistance of your IT department to populate all the required information. You're going to need to know your outgoing email server as well as what port number it's configured on. You'll need your email address and a return email address. This will be the default return email address inside Antero. And if your server requires additional authentication, you'll need to go ahead and populate those login credentials here. Once we've set all that up, we can go ahead and save those settings by clicking your Save icon. We'll exit out of there. We can exit out of our database window. And the next thing you're going to want to do is assign primary email addresses to your employees inside Antero. The fastest way to do that is to navigate out to your Tools tab. Inside your Tools tab, you'll notice there's a list icon. Let's go ahead and click on that. It's going to populate an information tree of all the available lists inside the Antero program. And the one topic we're looking for here is employee detail. When we select employee detail, you'll see a whole list of employees that I've added to the program appears. And I also have the additional option of populating a primary email address for those employees. The great thing about this is the employee does not necessarily have to be added as a user inside Antero for them to be added in the employee detail section to have work orders emailed to them. If you need to add an additional employee, you can hit the plus button here. If you have an existing employee, all you have to do is type in their primary email address in this field right here. We can retype that, and you'll see that it will automatically save that change when you type it in this field. You also have the option of entering that information down here at the bottom of the grid in your detail section as well, if you prefer to type that information in here. Once you've added the primary email addresses for all your designated employees, you can close out of this section. And the next thing to do is to email work orders. So let's go ahead and look at the open work order section in the program. If you have any existing open work orders, you can go ahead and select the email icon here in the Application Utility ribbon right above the AllMax grid. We'll go ahead and select that. You'll see that it pops up an email window where you'll be able to hit the plus button and select what employee you'd like to email a work order to. And keep in mind, you can highlight multiple employees and email them all work orders at once. We'll click OK, and you can see it populates all the email addresses we have here. Go ahead and select OK, and then the program will send those emails out with your work order. Also keep in mind, in the email box here, you have the option of changing your default return address by selecting the custom option. You can populate out to an existing email address you have set up, or you can manually type in a return address if you'd like. Also, you have the ability to select what type of work order you'd like to email, whether it's just a standard list work order, a general work order, or a detailed work order. All of those options are available. When creating a work order, you'll now have the option when producing that work order to email it as well. So we'll create a quick manual work order so I can show you that feature inside the program. We'll select our equipment here and then any task associated with that equipment. And we'll click OK. Once we've done that and we create our work order, you'll now see the Create Work Order option screen appears, and you have the ability to select email. And once again, you'll hit the plus button and go ahead and start populating that list of emails that you want to send your work order to. You also can, in addition to emailing the work order, you can print it out and also send it to a data port if that's applicable. Once you've done that, click OK, and it'll let you know that it successfully created that work order, and it will email it to all the email addresses that are attached in that work order. And that's it. It's that simple now inside the latest version of Antero to email work orders to your employees. My name's Shane with AllMax Software, and that's your quick tech tip of the week.